Hello, I'm Uma Arora from Tutors.com, and in today's video we are going to learn about sources of energy. The main subtopics which we are going to cover in today's video are hydropower plant, improvement in the technologies, wind energy, and then non-conventional sources of energy. Let's move forward towards the next slide, and here are a few questions for you. So you can pause the video here, and once you're done with all the questions, you can resume the video to check your answers. So pat your back if all of your answers are correct, and let's move forward towards the next slide, and let's talk about non-conventional sources of energy. So energy sources which are relatively new are called non-conventional sources of energy. For example, nuclear power and solar energy. But the question is, why are we exploring non-conventional sources of energy? Well, it has two reasons. The first one is, as the fossil fuels and nuclear fuels in the earth are limited, and the next one is because we want to escape from undesirable effects of pollution by using conventional sources of energy. Let's move forward and let's discuss hydropower plant. Well, a power plant that produces electricity by using flowing water to rotate a turbine which drives the generator is called hydropower plant. And now let's see that how it functions. So huge dams are built over a source of water, and water is collected behind the dam, and then after it is released. So when the water falls on the turbine moves because of kinetic energy of water, and that's how electricity is generated by the turbine. And electricity thus generated is called hydroelectricity. Well, now let's talk about drawbacks of hydropower plant. Well, the first one is that building large dams is not good for the ecosystem, and the second one is that it produces a huge amount of methane gas, which is not good for the environment. So this was all about hydropower plant. Let's move forward and let's talk about wind energy. So wind energy has been in use since ages. Nowadays, windmills are being used to generate electricity. The kinetic energy of wind is utilized to run the turbines which generate electricity. The windmill used for generating electricity is called a wind turbine, and the complete setup for generating wind energy is called wind generator. Let's move forward and let's talk about wind generator in detail. So a specially designed wind turbine is connected to the shaft of the small generator. The electricity produced by such an arrangement is not sufficient even for a small town. To be commercially useful, a number of wind electric generators are set up in a large area called a wind farm. The combined electrical outputs of all the generators are then used to supply power. So this was all about wind generator. Let's move forward and now let's talk about solar energy. Well, the sun is the main source of energy for all living beings on this earth. Even the energy in the fossil fuels has come from the sun. The sun has an endless reserves of energy which would be available as the solar system is in existence. Well, the sun has all this energy due to nuclear fusion reaction. Example of solar energy devices are solar cooker, solar water heater, and solar panels. So let's look at the diagram. That's a diagram of a solar cooker. So solar cooker is very simple in design and mode of function. It is usually made from mirrors. Plain mirrors are placed inside a rectangular box, and the light reflected from the plain mirrors concentrates the solar energy inside the solar cooker, which generates enough heat to cook food. And the next device is solar cells. Well, solar cells are made from silicon, and they use the Like they basically use the energy in sunlight to produce electricity. The solar panel converts solar energy into electrical energy, which is stored in a battery for later use. Let's move forward and let's talk about energy from the sea. So the first one is tidal energy. So due to the gravitational pull of the moon, tides happen near seashores, and dams are built near seashores to collect the water which comes during a high tide. When the water runs back to the ocean, the flow of water can be utilized to generate electricity. If we talk about wave energy, wave can also be a good source of energy, and many devices are being designed and tested to produce wave energy. After that, it's ocean thermal energy. So the water at sea surface is hot during daytime while the water at lower level is cold. So the temperature differential in water levels can be utilized to generate energy. The next one is geothermal energy. When the hot rocks from the inside of the earth are pushed in certain regions of the earth, and such regions are called the hotspots of the earth. When groundwater comes in contact with such hotspots, lot of steam is generated, and this steam can be used to produce energy. Let's move forward and now let's talk about nuclear energy. Nuclear fission is a process during which two nuclei fuse to form one nucleus. The process generates a huge amount of energy, and this phenomenon is utilized in nuclear power plants. Nuclear power is safest for the environment, but the risk of damage due to accidents can leaks to which leaks of radiation is pretty high. You can obtain nuclear energy from two types of nuclear reactions: nuclear fission and nuclear fusion. And here are a few questions for you to practice. So you can pause the video here and you can try the given questions. And once you are done with all the questions, you can resume the video to check your answers. Congratulations if all of your answers are correct, and thank you for watching this video. For more, please visit justtutors.com.